All right, so we're going to do science. I'm going to read the two really quick articles to you, and then I'm going to find some questions or something to do for you to do to go with it, and I'll get that posted for you with some directions. So we have a little friend over here. She's just hanging out, but she's facing away from us. All right, let me share my screen. I just figured I'd read this and walk through it with you because I know it's really small in your packet. And then also, if you want to annotate your packet or whatever, feel free. So this first side is called the life cycle of a ladybug. They're very short. So if we just even preview it before anything, obviously we have an adult that lays the eggs. So they start as eggs. They turn into a larva, which then transforms to a pupa. And then the pupa stage, it kind of moves into adulthood from there. So they kind of come out of that pupa stage and then to an adult. So it's very similar to the caterpillar. They're an egg, they're the larva, then they do that like chrysalis or cocoon phase. And then as they are coming out of that, they go into their adulthood. And once they've like changed from, what they look like as larva to a full adult. All right. So it says the ladybug is one kind of insect that goes through 4 stages in its life cycle. First, a mother ladybug lays her eggs on the bottom side of a leaf. Okay, so that's good information on the bottom of the leaf. Soon, a baby ladybug or larva hatches from the egg. It looks nothing like an adult ladybug. The larva eats and grows, but its exoskeleton does not grow. Okay, that's probably a big vocab word right there. So the larva molts and crawls out of its old, tight exoskeleton and into a new one that is much looser. So it sheds its skin, it sounds like. Maybe like you've seen a snake do. The larva molts many times. When it is big enough, it attaches itself to a leaf and molts again. Its new exoskeleton hardens into a protective case. Now the ladybug is a pupa. The pupa does not eat or move. So this is like that cocoon or chrysalis stage. Inside its case, its body is busy changing. The pupa's case splits open and a soft, pale adult ladybug pushes out. As the ladybug's wings harden, they turn bright red and spots appear. Then the ladybug can fly away. Okay, and then it's in that adult phase and how you're normally used to seeing a ladybug. And then, so that's about the ladybug. There's a picture of the cycle one more time. And then the second part you have is the life cycle of a dragonfly. So we have the eggs, which, interesting, it looks like they're in a different spot than the ladybugs. Then it becomes a nymph, which is a new word. And then from there, something is happening right here. I'm not quite sure what, so I'm hoping the reading will explain that. And then it's in that adult phase. So this one's looking like maybe 3 phases and parts instead of 4 like the ladybug. So let's find out. All insects go through life cycles or a series of changes as they grow from eggs to adults. This series of changes is also known as metamorphosis. It's an important word. Some kinds of insects, such as dragonflies, crickets, and praying mantises, look a lot like their parents when they hatch. These types of insects have life cycles with 3 stages: egg, nymph, and adult. So I just noticed a difference. When they're born, they look like their parents, and that's very different from over here where we had the ladybug. This looks nothing like a ladybug. And same with the caterpillar butterfly. They don't look the same either. So that's a big difference right there. And then this one has 3 stages, while ladybug and caterpillar have 4. The dragonfly life cycle begins when a mother dragonfly lays eggs on a plant in a pond. Later, baby dragonflies hatch from the eggs. These baby dragonflies are called nymphs. They look like little small adult dragonflies without wings. The dragonfly nymph lives, eats, and grows underwater. Oh, that's new. So they're underwater the whole time. The nymph's exoskeleton or outside coat does not grow or stretch. So when it gets too tight, the coat splits open. The nymph crawls out with a new, looser coat. This process of shedding an exoskeleton is called molting. A nymph molts or sheds its exoskeleton many times as it grows. It eventually climbs out of the water when it reaches its adult size. The nymph molts one last time, and a winged adult dragonfly pushes out and takes flight. So that must be that weird part that we were talking about. Or, well, I was talking about. I thought it looked kind of crazy what was going on up here. So where it says, it eventually climbs out of the water and it reaches its adult size. It molts one last time, and it pushes out and takes flight. So I think that's what's happening right here. All right, and then please look at the rest of the directions under science to see what I'd like you to do to go along with these two articles.